Hello and welcome to the channel. Today I woke up to a sad sight in the garden. This volunteer sunflower plant was blown down by the wind. Luckily for me, it didn't destroy any other plants as it fell. As you can see, the plant had grown to be quite long. Sad as it is, gardening must continue. This is what my garden currently looks like. The grass around the garden beds has grown to be quite tall, and there's a lot of weeds growing in between the plants. In one of my previous videos, I had shared that I was keeping some of the dandelion weeds as trap crops for some aphids that I've been dealing with, but it's a lot now. So I asked for some help to trim the grass around the garden and to take out some of the weeds from inside. And this is what the garden looked like after trimming the edges and removing all of the weeds. And this is my Oregon sugar pod peas, and today is the day that we harvest. I have my basket ready. Let's see what we get today. This year I was a bit late to start with my winter garden. I grew these peas from seeds about 8 to 10 weeks ago, and this was in the middle of winter. This was not my first attempt to grow sugar pod peas. Last year I planted them in a different garden bed, but I didn't get much of a harvest from there. Instead, the plants were infested by thrips, and the peas that were harvested there, they were not the best looking peas, and the taste, I was not impressed. So this year I changed things and did some crop rotation, and I planted them in a different garden bed. You can tell if your sugar pod peas are ready to harvest when the pods are still flat but the peas inside have completely formed. You want to be careful not to wait too long because we want to get them while they are still tender. If you wait too long, then the peas won't taste as sweet. There's no particular technique to harvesting your peas. You just gently hold your pea vine and then you cut off your pea pods. You can use your scissors or your garden shears. Just be sure not to pull too hard, especially if you're still gonna be doing some more harvesting on other days. I've been harvesting mine for the past few weeks, but as you can see, there's still quite a bit left. Sugar pod peas are natural climbers, so as they grow, you have to build a trellis for them the way that I did mine. I'll show you a link to the video. Today's harvest is my last and final harvest on these peas, as I'm also starting to prepare for my summer garden. So when I'm done, I'm going to completely remove the plants from this garden bed to make way for the upcoming season. Harvesting these peas has been one of the exciting things about my winter garden. Look at these beauties. Pea plants become bushy as they grow. With the number of plants that have been growing in this garden bed, some of the lower leaves were not getting much sunlight, especially this late in the growing season. Some of the plants had already turned yellow at the bottom, but that doesn't worry me because it's the end of the growing season and I'm harvesting all of the plants today. My next task is to clean up all of this section of the garden bed and remove all of those plants. So at this part of the cleanup, you can either completely remove the roots from the soil, or you can just cut off your plants at the bottom and leave some of the roots to continue feeding the soil as they decompose. After cleanup, nothing is wasted in this garden. All of these plants will go into my composting bin and add more nutrients to my soil for the next growing season. Now that I'm done with the garden bed cleanup, let me show you how much peas I harvested. This is all of the peas that I harvested today. I'm quite impressed. Now let me take them inside and see how much they weigh. I calibrate the scale to 0 grams. This is the weight of the peas together with the pods. So the weight is going to be slightly higher because the pods are also adding to the grams. This is how much our first bowl gave us. I got 435 grams on the first one. The second one was 501 grams. The third one was 506 grams. Number 4 came in at 510 grams. Let's also talk about storage and eating. Your fresh peas can be eaten with the pods or just the peas only, or you can choose to freeze them. You simply take them out of the pods and you keep them in your freezer. I will be opting to freeze them because it's quite a lot of them and there's only 4 of us in the household. Bowl number 5 gave me 519 grams. Number 6 gave me 528 grams. The last one was 477 grams. All in all, today's harvest gave me about 3.5 kilograms of peas. And in my books, this sugar pot pea growing season has been a success. While the pea plants go into the compost heap outside, the pea pods will go into this bokashi compost bin. And that's all I have to share with you for today, and I hope you are also inspired to start growing your Oregon sugar pot peas in your garden. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch. Please remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification so you don't miss out on my next update. Happy gardening to everyone, and I hope you have a wonderful day.